Hello all, I'm here today with Kate Ryan, who has made an amazing lead magnet and been in the Business Acceleration Club. I've torn it to bits for her very kindly after she's done all the work. But what we're doing here is this is a perfectly good lead magnet. In fact, this is actually an example of a really good lead magnet. It's got a clear call to action, it's got beautiful photos, it leads a person on a journey, it does all of the right things. But here's the thing, you can do all of the right things and get mediocre results, or you can create an entirely different path right from the beginning by doing something different, by really thinking about your funnel and thinking about your customer journey, and tying all of that in together will completely change the way that you do your lead magnets, and in fact allow you to multi-purpose your lead magnets so you can do less work. So Kate, let's talk about your funnel and your direction with your clients. What do you actually want to achieve?
So with what I'm hoping to achieve by this lead magnet is to kind of establish my authority a little bit, show off my photography, obviously, and to get people to kind of start to trust me and know that I'm an expert, so that they're feeling comfortable to book me to have family photos taken.
Okay. And in order for them to be comfortable to book family photos with you, what would they need to know?
Well, they need to know that I can take good photos for a start, which is, I guess, what I'm showing off through my photography. And also they need to feel comfortable with me, so that they don't feel uncomfortable in front of the camera. And that, yeah, they need to know that I can guide them through a session so that they get the types of photos that they want, I think. I don't know if I'm overthinking it from a service provider perspective rather than a customer perspective.
Okay. So what they need to know is that you're a real person with a sense of humor.
I do have a sense of humor, I think.
It's somewhere there, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they want to know that you can guide them through a section, because I guess that's what we want to know as a customer, right? That has photographs where can you take a decent photograph? Because some can't, right? They can talk the
Yeah.
book, they can't actually deliver the goods. So they need to know that your photos are good. They need to know that you can say, stand this way, do this, or crack a joke so that it's all natural, they might kind of need to know your style a little bit.
Yeah, it's so subjective, I guess, artwork. So ultimately what I'm providing is customized artwork for a family.
I love that. Customized artwork for a family. We're going to use that phrase.
Okay.
Artwork for a family. Okay. Tell me a little bit about your customer journey, because customer journey and customer funnels are two different things. Funnel is basically the big capture wide mouth thing that you have at the beginning, and then you lead them down to being, down to making a sale with you. Whereas a customer journey talks, they're kind of the same thing, but kind of not. Customer journey talks about, where is your client at? What are they actually feeling? What are the actual things that they need a solution to? You'll notice I don't say pain points, because I fucking hate it. What are the things that they want your help with? And that's what we need to answer. So when a customer is at the beginning of the journey, what are they feeling? What are they going through? What do they need?
Usually they have either seen other people have photos and they've thought, that's a really good idea, I want that, or they have some kind of turning point or event happening in their lives that they want to remember for some reason. So sometimes that is a new baby, sometimes it is just realizing that life is going really quickly and their children are growing up really fast, maybe birthday or lifetime milestone event, like starting preschool or starting school or starting college or going off to university or something. And sometimes it is because they have understood how once you're gone, you're gone. Maybe they've had a family member die, or they've just realized their own mortality and they want to capture that moment of now and pictures and have something tangible to show for their lives, I guess, in terms of the connections they have, and that they're a real person, and that that's important to them.
or they turned 40 and thought it's not going to get any better than this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So they've seen other photos, and they want to capture a slice of that for themselves. So that kind of they want to capture an event in time. They're feeling maybe, what are they feeling? Uncertain about who to choose, or uncertain about types of photos.
I think, sometimes people feel like they don't know who to choose, or they feel like perhaps photographers are a bit unapproachable, so they don't know even how to start with that. And sometimes I think when I've surveyed my customers and my social media audience in the past, people have said, I really want to do it, but I want to lose weight before I start, or like they feel like there's some problem with themselves that's stopping them from actually achieving it, even though that they want it, they really want something, but they feel like they're too fat or old or something to have
can
photos.
You make me look less old and less fat with the way you make me stand, or what you tell me to wear, or what you do?
I guess, like I definitely help people in terms of making sure I photograph them in a way that makes them look nice. But I guess a lot of where I come from is in encouraging people to celebrate their moment that they're in right now, because you're not getting younger, and you always look back on photos from like 10 years ago and go like, oh, actually, I was really young and skinny and fit back then anyway. Like, what was I thinking in that photo, right? Like, today is not going to get any better than right now. So just celebrate the moment that it is.
That's true. And maybe like a quote like that would be awesome. So write that down, Kate, because I want you to add that quote somewhere. Like, and have it a quote from you. It's a quote from Kate. I want to see that on your social media feeds later. It's never going to get any better than it is right now. You look fabulous today. Because you might think you're going to lose weight in 6 months, but chances are you're not.
Exactly.
And the thing is as a photographer, like, the tricks, like head forward, leg behind. Like, we don't know any of that shit.
Yeah.
So even though, like, you'll see the photos on my website are brilliant and taken by Patty, and she's like, no, I just capture people as they really are, and I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna look like Heffalump, but I didn't, right?
No.
She knows the angles and knows
yeah
so
yeah, exactly. And that's like stuff that I guide people through, just naturally, and keeping it natural with them as well, I suppose.
Exactly, right. And so the majority of your families that have photos, like, it's fun, it looks real, like you actually capture the emotion. Would you say that's your style?
Yeah, definitely. It's really, I shy away from this word because it's used a lot in photography, but it's authentic. It's like authentically your family as they are, as you are, the connections that you have, the people who you are.
Good. So this is going to be, we've got the about me thing.
I took that out already.
Oh, you didn't need to take that completely. We just need to change it. Need to change it. So capture some of these words down and I'll start talking fast, so you might need to shorthand it. But start with a picture of you and say, the thing that I most want to convey to you is that I take authentic photos, and then maybe have like a spewing emoji or whatever and say, but I hate that word because it's so overused. What that really means to you, or why you should give a shit about that, or why it matters to your family photos, and then have 3 little bullet points with emojis if you like, or, your little logo shrunk down or whatever. The 3 bullet points are that your family looks like your family. So when you look at the photos, you recognize the emotion and the love that you feel for each other at the time that you had the photos, not like, who's that magazine family? And I'm sure you'll find some way to shorten that down to a bullet point. That you are funny as hell, so that you bring out the best in people, so that you really are capturing the authentic them, the real versions. And then the 3rd bullet point, whatever you like what else did we say? That you capture the emotion, that you're really good at kind of sneaking in and capturing the unfiltered moments, because that's what I see when I look at all your photos. I'm like, wow, that's unfiltered, and it looks amazing, it looks classy, but it looks raw, that raw emotion, real emotion.
Yeah.
Because in most family photos, I don't see that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I aim to do. So that's awesome that it's showing through.
Yeah. And then you're going to put some social proof right there and to say, you know, I could talk about this till the cows come home. I know 100% that I can get you the family photos that you want. In fact, what is your business called?
Ryan's daughter photography. Yeah.
Ryan's daughter photography. So together, Ryan's daughter's photography. 100% guarantees you're going to love these photos. But don't take it from me. Here's Sandra, and here's what she said about her photos. So put your social proof right there.
I got some amazing social proof just before this call too, so I'll have to use that.
Of course you do, because you're fucking amazing. So, and then at the bottom of that, and you put here are some of the things that I should probably tell you, and you can even say, you know, here are some of the things that my marketing agency told me I should tell you. I've got 20 years in the industry. I use the latest technological equipment. Like, we don't know what it is and we don't care. We want to know that you have the best stuff, right? You know all of the photo angles and all the tricks of the trade. And even though I might be telling you what to do, the photos won't reflect that.
Yeah.
So it's just another opportunity to sell yourself. And
yeah.
You have to sell yourself, because, I mean, having photos taken, like, honestly, I'd rather go to the gynecologist and have photos.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If I had $1 for everybody who told me that, I wouldn't need to be here.
Would be a gynecologist.
Exactly. No, thanks.
Oh, no, there are some jobs, just no. Okay, good. So that's what you want right up front, because really, like, you want to answer people's things straight up. Like, I want to know, can you actually take a decent photo? And in fact, I'd have that as the next page. Can I actually take a decent photo? I don't know. You tell me, what do you think of these photos? And on each photo, I'd have the photo, and then I'd say, this works because see the way the guy's looking at the woman and blah, blah, blah. Because then I'm like, oh, this bitch knows what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Now, definitely the name of the lead magnet's got to change.
Okay.
Connected and candid family photos. It's cute and it's clever, but cute and clever doesn't make people buy it. We just really like it, right?
All right.
So connected and candid family photos, I really like that, and I think that should be your tagline.
Okay.
But in fact, I love that, connected and candid family photos. In fact, that should be your tagline for your whole business. But the name needs to say.
That's an improvement on family photo location ideas, though.
It is. I'll give you that, babe. It is. So let's see what actually smacks me in the face. Okay, so I want family photos. Okay. The only three locations I want to say something about you're never going to want any other locations other than these. Hands down, the 3 best locations for your family photos.
Like,
and then somewhere on there, I'll have like a circle or I know it's covering up a beautiful photo and that'll make you want to cry, but have something, by the time, warning, don't read this ebook if you don't want to come away with your one top location. And then I would actually workbook it, like, hey, you've asked them those amazing questions, and I'd have some lines. What is the most important thing to you? One of these 4 things. Okay, well, then you want this location, and then this location, what do you want out of it, blah, blah, blah. So I'd actually workbook them through it.
Okay. Yeah, I did make some changes to it based on the Loom video that you made. I don't know if you've seen those changes yet.
So that's good. We can go through this. And I thought it's just quicker if I get on and do it with you, right? Like, because then we can talk through the whole funnel thing. But I do love this. Like, my top 5 location ideas for fun, relaxed, and connected family photos. Now, most people would tell you this was great, but I'm going to tell you why it's not. Because what do I fucking care that it's your top 5 locations? I want to know what's going to work for me and my family. Like, do I really care what your top 5 locations are? So we get used to selling what we think rather than coming from the customer point of view. So that's just a slight tweak on that. So if you say, don't read this unless you want to come out with the one top location, then they know it's all about them. Mm-hmm. They want it to be all about them. I'm trying to scroll down like I've got control.
Oh, hang on. I can scroll down if you want me to.
Yes, please. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm loving that. Find the perfect location for your family photo shoot. Okay, so we can have this there before we have the about you, but I would say in this workbook, you are going to pick the location that is perfect for your family photo shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would have 3 main points. So let's break these down into 3 main. So I'm going to put number 1, we're going to talk about different locations and what they're good for so that you can select the best one for you. And then point number 2 might be, I'm going to walk you through some of the pitfalls and mistakes that that others have made in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Say that I've made in the past so that you get magazine quality photos.
Mm-hmm.
And then you might say, I walk you through step by step in this workbook. Are you ready? Let's go. And then you have the next page. That's the about me thing that we've already talked about.
Okay.
Let me just read what you've got in here in case you've got something. So your photos are amazing. And you might say, do you want amazing photos like the ones you've just seen here? Read on. It's basically you've got to drag them through to the next page. They're like, can I be bothered doing this, or would I rather be scrolling Facebook?
Yeah, I do kind of put that in at the bottom. I've said what at the bottom of this page. It's like, do you want photos like this for your family? I can help you plan your family photo shoot, right from planning the session to displaying your photos on your walls. Find out more at the end of this guide.
That's perfect. I like that. Yep, you can absolutely keep that in there.
Okay, awesome.
Planning a family photo shoot should be fun and easy. That's why I love all of this. Planning a family photo shoot should be fun and easy. That's why I've put together this free guide just for you. In this guide, you'll learn how to decide which location is right for you. Get those fun, relaxed and connected photos that you've been dreaming of. Great. In this workbook, you're going to bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. These location ideas are pulled directly from my years of experience photographing countless different families in a way that shows the connection. In this guide, I give you 5 inspiring locations. Okay, so just take out the 5 inspiring locations sentence. And
a whole bit here.
Yep, a whole bit there.
Gone.
Goodbye, call it.
Decisive.
It's just cutting words, it fucking hurts. Okay, planning your family photo shoot should be fun and easy. New sentence, like I need a gap there, and that needs to be like a different fun and funky color, like maybe your green color or something, but you can do that later. That's why I've put together this free guide just for you, and then I want 3 in this guide, semicolon, and then 3 bullet points.
Okay, cool. I'm just going to real quickly do that now.
Yes, I agree.
And then I'll know what I mean to do that now. Yeah.
You learn how to decide which location is right for your family. And so whenever you have a bullet point, remember, so what? They're reading it and like, so what? Well, why do I want to decide which location is right for my family? Well, so you don't have to take it all over again.
Yeah.
These location ideas are pulled directly from my years of experience photographing countless different families in ways that shows. Now that's perfect. Now see how it's all the same font?
Yeah.
That gets boring. So mix up your font, mix up your colors, mix up the bold, like just make it a little bit more interesting so it drags my eye down the page.
Okay.
So that's good. That's a good second page. Okay, so your 3rd page is going to be the about me.
Okay, so I can chuck that in. I'm just going to write that down, page 3, because this is what I'd sort of changed it up to describe a little bit about what's happening.
Okay, so I would have 4 photos on a page rather than 1 picture on a page, just so that you can, and I'd maybe have a banner across the middle that says, let me explain how to capture great emotions in the photo. And then you can have 4 photos and just have a little bit on each photo saying, or maybe just put it on a page or something, because otherwise it gets a bit long-winded.
I know the reason I have like full page photos is because I want to show them off, but yeah, I see what you mean there.
I hear you, Kate artist, I hear you. Somewhere meaningful. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so then I would probably have another page. I'm going to walk you through your perfect family, location shoot in 3 steps. 1, finding somewhere meaningful. 2, picking the right time of day. 3, picking the right clothes to, no, not picking the right clothes to wear, because that's what you're going to lead them through afterwards. Or, whatever the point is that you're going to do. But I'd tell them what you're going to teach them, and then I'd make 1 page for each. So then somewhere meaningful, choose somewhere meaningful for your family. Do spend a lot of time going for bushwalks together or go to parties. So those can be turned into workshop type questions.
Okay.
So I'd say something like, if you choose somewhere meaningful, your photos are really going to pop. They're going to reflect your family's personality. Here are some questions for you to answer so that you can select the right location. And then have question 1, 2, and 3.
Do you want me to scroll down to the next page?
Yep. Do you think you understand what I mean about how create somewhere meaningful and then the next page and then the next page?
So you think that on, say this, hang on, I'll just chuck a new page in here. So this should be something like, oh, where's my common thing? So I should put, sorry if you can hear children in the background. Like say I split this into 4 photos and then have a smaller bit about each photo on there saying like why this photo works.
Yep. And you might say, like, you might have a banner right across the middle, like horizontally, and that might say, this is why these photos work. And then in the corner of each, you'll say, notice how the man is looking at the woman or whatever, and how blah 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 the light here. So it's about why you're the expert.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I understand that. That's cool. I'll chuck that in there. And then, so because what I've done with this guide is I've given 5 locations or things to think about for picking locations, like somewhere meaningful, somewhere adventurous, go and do something for fun, going somewhere where there's a body of water because that always makes people feel good. It's something about connecting with the energy or something. Staying at home because that's where everybody's relaxed, and then potentially looking at really looking at the areas that you're in really differently. So looking at urban locations because not many people get their photos taken there and it's something different. Do you think they should all go on the same page?
No, definitely not. Okay, so let's make this the whole focus, and then we're going to have a page at the end of this. So just chuck a page on at the end.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where because you can reorder them later. And basically in this page, you're going to say, so now that you have your set location, there are many other things to think about.
Yeah. Okay.
And that is, clothing, the poses, and et cetera, and to say, and that's how you get your segue in. Like, I would love to chat to you about how you can make your family photos really match your personality completely. And then that's where you say, book your low-key chat with me here.
Okay. Cool. So now you know where your location's going to be. It's time to plan the rest of your photo shoot. There's all these other things. Book your call now. I'll help you through it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then what you do is, after people have had this, like the nurture sequence that you do after this. So let's just flick back to the funnel for a minute. So after you've got, you've done all your advertising and you've got people to take the freebie, then after they've had the freebie, you do a series of emails. Hey, by now you will have got it. If you haven't got it already, go and do it, because this is what such and such said after they did it. Like, give it to a friend or something and get some social proof. Such and such got this out of it, and I want those results for you as well. And then I'd send them another email a couple of days later. Hey, so by now you should have your location sorted. The next step for you now is to plan out, what you're going to wear and what your poses are. But let me make it easy for you. Here's your call. So that would be your nurture sequence afterwards.
Right.
No point just having a freebie lead magnet. You need to nurture them along afterwards.
Yeah. So I spent some time this morning building out like a nurture sequence, but it's kind of like that, but it's what you've said is way better, obviously, because it makes more sense to me to do it that way. I've had now you've decided on your shoot location. Now what's the best time to take the photos, and then the next one is planning your family photo shoot wardrobe. Perfect. But should that go in the nurture sequence, or should I save that content for talking to somebody over the phone?
Save the content for talking to someone over the phone.
Okay.
So you might say, pick the right time of day. Hey, I just wanted to give you some more, bonus content. Thanks so much for taking the time to read the lead magnet. I am aware that the time of day can radically affect your photos. So let me save you some time. I want to give you this other little freebie. I hope you enjoy it. I'll be in touch soon.
Okay.
And then the be in touch soon can be a video of you. Hey, I'm so pleased that that you've done this. You've decided the location. You've probably decided the time of day. Listen, the best thing that you can do right now is actually plan the poses and what you're going to wear, because there's nothing worse than having, the dress clashing with the blah, 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 or whatever, add a couple of things that they might be thinking about, they might be concerned about. But the best way for me to do that is actually to talk to you. Like, it's just too complicated for me. Like, I'm giving you a whole lot of stuff here, but it's just too complicated to do over an email. But here's you just click a call here, and it really has to be a video, because they need to know that you're a normal person. Nobody will sign up and have a chat with you without actually seeing you on a video.
Yeah, I'm fine with being on video. I've got over that quite a while ago. So
excellent.
Awesome. Okay, that's cool. That doesn't feel insurmountable for me to do.
I'm pleased. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about with repurposing content is, once you've done this, then you can actually take the content you've done here, and you can turn it into a webinar. Then you can turn that webinar into a short course that you have on your website. Like, there's so much that you can do with this. If you decide this is where your expertise is, then this is just where we go. We just flesh out this.
Yeah, I'm definitely, like, doing families works so well for me, because I have a family of my own, so I can relate really easily to this.
Now, you want to say that somewhere in there, Kate. You might like just have a whole page and have your family photo in there, and just say, listen, the reason that I'm so good at taking family photos is not because I've got 20 years experience, plus I've got the best camera, plus I've got blah, blah, blah. It's actually because I have a family. So I get it. Yeah,
I do put that on my website. Like, I photograph your family as I do my own. So maybe I should draw it in.
You should. And definitely have a picture of your family.
They have to approve that. Well, this is something that I struggle with, because I don't put my family online, because those aren't my photos to share. Like, that's not my identity to put online, even though it's part of mine. So that is something I constantly struggle with as in terms of content creation.
So the easiest way around that is to say to the kids, hey, this is what mummy's doing. She's growing her business. How do you feel about, your photos being out there for people to see what my photos are like? And I mean, if they say no, then I guess, you have to respect them. They're a person, right? But I bet they're not going to mind their photos being out there.
Yeah. Definitely. All right, I've got a bit of work ahead of me later on this week then.
You do indeed. Okay, just scroll back up and let me see the other stuff. Yeah, perfect. I would flesh each of those 5 parts out, to be more bullet pointed and make the font a little bit more interesting. Like, it's all just the same color, so you need pictures interspersed, or to change some to bold and change some of the color of the text so that it's a little bit easier on the eye to read.
Okay. Does it feel like too blocky at the moment?
Yeah, it feels like a book. And okay. I'm like, I just want to fucking know where to take my photos.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I like, when I was writing this, I was like, this is like just very, it felt like it was very light and like not very in depth. And yeah.
And do you want to know why that is, Sweet Pea?
Yes.
Because you're an expert and you're like, this is so easy. Why would anyone even want this? Like, anyone knows this, but they don't. Yeah. Because you're an expert, that you know it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's probably true.
Definitely true. Trust me, I struggle. I like do things and I like chuck all this stuff, and people are like, that's great, but it's just way over my head. It's like, oh. So simple is best.
Okay, that's good to know.
And somehow turn it into a workbook, like how to figure out if somewhere meaningful is right for you. If you tick 3 out of these 5, then pick this one.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I know what you mean. I can do that. I've done that before.
Brilliant. Oh God, exciting! Now we don't just have the lead magnet; we have the whole funnel, right?
Yeah.
But, yes. All right.
So thank you so much, Michelle. I appreciate that.
Absolutely welcome, my darling, and I'm sorry for like giving you the feedback once I got back. But never mind.
It's totally fine. I like I'm going away this week, and so I wanted to smash out a whole bunch of work before I leave. So I was just like, I'm just gonna type and get it out. And then like just as soon as I'd like finished putting it into my emails sequence, I like saw your video and I was like, God damn it.
Like, I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah, but no, like it's all like, yeah, sitting like it feels right, that feedback and everything that you've taken the time to tell me and walk me through. So I know that it is the right thing to do. I was
All right, go and have a fun time away.